Hi there. I thought I'd give you a little background and introduction of who I am and why I am doing this video. I should be out on the Pacific Crest Trail right now, but am currently at home after deciding that it was a better decision to come off the trail. So how this all started was I first learned of the trail over 20 years ago when I was off work for a dislocated shoulder and found myself going to the library and looking up new topics to read about. And so I started reading about hiking and went down the rabbit hole of endless searches of trails and gear and all that kind of stuff when I came across a book about the Pacific Crest Trail. And after reading that, it just sparked an idea in me that was something that I wanted to do, and a grand adventure. And so I started off with a few weekend backpacking trips and a few week-long backpacking trips, and eventually decided that it was time to maybe think about actually doing the whole trail. In 2016, I was at the peak of my hiking. I was 3 to 4 days a week and in the best shape of my life. And it was then that it was diagnosed that I had a brain tumor called a pineal cytoma. In 2017, I found myself recovering from my surgery and having the tumor removed. This process, I spent 4 months in the hospital and having to learn to walk again.
I can barely keep up.
To run. I'll slow down. Slow down. Wait, we can't get you.
You're doing awesome. This is so great.
So recovery was going very well. And after 2 years of doing recovery, I developed another condition called blepharospasms, or another name for it is eye dystonia. And it is a condition of uncontrolled muscle contractions, in my case, the eyes. So my eyes would shut uncontrolled and would stay shut until they would open again, sometimes seconds, sometimes minutes. So the blepharospasms, it took about 6 months to a year almost to get a proper diagnosis of what was going on with my eyes. And so once again, I thought there was a stop to the PCT ever happening. So there is no cure for blepharospasms, but there is a treatment, and the treatment is Botox injections. The Botox injections have to happen every 3 months, and in my case, have provided some benefit, but not complete recovery or anything like that. I still have difficulties at times. So we purchased a treadmill to at least allow me to get active and while safely walking without any risk of injury, walking off a curb, anything like that. So after receiving treatment for a few months, I decided to at least give it a go and went out for a few backpacking trips one summer. They were short and they were definitely difficult even with the treatments of the Botox, but I gave it a try anyway. And after going out a few times, I decided that maybe it's better to try the PCT now and just accept whatever I can get out of it. So with my hiking partner and one of my oldest friends, we started planning to hike the PCT in 2022. First by applying for our permits and then starting the checklist of all the things that are required to allow us to hike there, booking our flights, shuttles, stuff like that. After arriving in San Diego, we made our way to the REI outdoor store, and from there we were picked up in a shuttle and taken with other hikers to the trailhead and Campo, California. So at the monument of the southern terminus of the Pacific Crest Trail, I was able to have my photos taken, some video done, reach my arm through the wall into Mexico, and sign the logbook to prove that I was there. After all these years, finally here. From the monument, we walked a couple miles to Cleef, where we camped for the first night. So once we got our camp set up, we were welcomed by all the other hikers and the camp host that had a campfire every night and did a round of the campfire. We all told our stories of who we were and where we're from and some of our experiences that led us to get to where we were at that day. So after a good night's sleep, I realized that the struggle it was for me just to walk from the monument to the camp was just not reasonable. And after spending such a long time in the hospital previously, I didn't think it was worth the risk to continue on. And with the help of the Trail Angel, Legend is his name, I had him the next day take me back to San Diego and fly home. Even though this experience was short, I have absolutely no regrets. It was an amazing experience. I got to see the trail, walk on the trail. I got to experience the camaraderie of other hikers and also experience the wonderful generosity of trail angels, which are some of the best people in the world.